am John Cabot. I was born in England in 1450, died in 1502. My job was to trade and find new land. I explored Asia, Canada, and England. I was inspired by Christopher Columbus and wanted to find land.
I traveled by boat on the sea, and the goals that I wanted to achieve was to find a shorter route to Asia and claim my land for the King of England. Problems that I ran into are, I ran into a storm, and I also couldn't go through the Silk Road. Accomplishments I made are that I made really good trades for the King of England and claimed my land.
Hello, my name is Marco Polo. This is my father, Nicolo Polo. My son was born in Venice, Italy on September 15, 1254. I had one other job besides explorer. I worked for Kublai Khan, the Mongol Empire. My son and I started traveling in 1271. I was 17. We traveled along what soon became the Silk Road. We ended our travels in 1289. I was 35. I explored many places. I mostly explored Central Asia and China. My son was a merchant working for Kublai Khan. I wanted to explore different cultures and traditions and new civilizations. My son and I traveled by sea and a little by land along what soon became the Silk Road. My goals were to bring back riches to Spain and show that there was more to the world than just Europe. Also, I wanted to get silk, jewels, and spices. While I was traveling along the Silk Road, I entered an area that was controlled by a robber tribe called the Caravan. For safety, me and my father joined a larger group, but during a dust storm, we were attacked and the caravan scattered. Luckily, we escaped to a small village, but many other members of the group were either killed or captured and sold into slavery. We encountered our biggest problem when we tried to return to Italy. We lost most of our fortune trying to return. The local government robbed us of 4,000 Byzantine gold coins. I brought back ivory, jade, jewels, porcelain, and silk. I told about the Chinese use of coal, money, and compasses. Then I met Rustichello, a famous writer who wrote about Marco Polo's travels in the book called The Book of Travels. He lived to be 70 years old. He died in 1324. Rest in peace, Marco Polo.
Hello, I am Bartholomew Diaz. I was born in Portugal in 1450. No one remembers my exact birth date and died in the 1500s. Sorry I'm late. I missed my boat and I had to take another one. Anyway, I'm Bartholomew Who are you? I am Bartholomew Diaz. So am I. This is weird. Anyway, back then, we were explorers. Yes, we were. We first sailed by ship in 1487. We were sent to find spices for King John II, and if we didn't, he would have killed us. How rude. Our goal was to sail around the southern tip of Africa. Our sailors were reluctant to go past Cape Beauchateau because of the rumors they heard about unknown waters. What wimps! We also encountered storms by the Cape of Good Hope, aka the tip of Africa. Because we sailed around the Cape of Good Hope, a new sea route around Africa allowed more people to travel. Sorry, but what is the year right now? 2013? What? We died in the 1500s, so I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead. Uh-oh.
Francisco Pizarro. Nobody really knows when I was born or died, so like around the 1500s I died, and 1400 I was born. I explored South America 3 times. The first time everybody died, so I had to sail back. And the second time we didn't really explore anything. And the third time I killed about 2,000. I bring 200 men with me, killed 2,000 and captured 5,000. And I became governor for 10 years. And then my friends killed me.
I traveled by ship, and my goals were to be rich and famous. My goals were to be rich and famous, and my accomplishments were that I got massive amounts of gold and I conquered the Indian Empire. My obstacles were that we went into war against the Indian Empire, and that's where I was assassinated.
Bonjour. My name is Jacques Patier. I was born December 31st, 1491 in St. Malo, Brittany, northwestern France. I died sadly September 1st, 1557. My job was a French navigator. I traveled in 1534. I explored the St. Lawrence River trying to find a route to Asia. I went in search of new land for the kingdom first. I also traveled by ship or canoe. My goals were to find a route through North America to Asia to find gold, spices, and silver. A few obstacles I faced were there were some scurvy waves, and I was concerned that the natives might be hostile. Hope you enjoyed our presentation.
Greetings. We are Henry Hudson split into two. Just to inform you, we never found what our boss told us to come upon. We were born somewhere in England between the 1560s and the 1570s. No one knows the exact location or date of our birth.
Our sponsor from the Dutch East India Company sent us to explore Cathay, which is now renamed China, India, Asia, North Atlantic, and North America. We also came upon New York City and an island called John Mayer.
We own a beautiful ship called the Half Moon that helped us get through our last expedition. The obstacles we faced were getting blocked by ice every time we explored, except the last journey, which was on the Half Moon, when, get this, we almost started again by getting blocked by ice, but we didn't.
We wanted to keep exploring, but our crew disagreed. They sent us on a boat with our sons and another crew to dock. We had multiple failures, but they turned into unplanned explorations.
Even though we were complete failures, we were a historical success.
Hello class, I'm Margot V. Pucci and I'm going to be your substitute teacher today. Today we're going to learn! Like I said, my name is Margot V. Pucci and I was born March 9, 1452 and I died in the 1500s. And I used to live in Florence, Italy, but then I moved to somewhere. My job used to be being a merchant, but usually when I was on the boat, I was a pilot major. A pilot major is a person who is skilled in ship navigation. The first place I sailed was in 1499. Second.
Hi. Two main places I explored were South America and Spain. I explored because the king told me to. Then I got sent to the coast of South America and I traveled by boat with my crew. Third one.
I had a couple of goals when I set out to sail. My first goal was to find a short route to Asia, but that didn't work out. My second goal was to improve navigation. I did pretty well using the stars. I had some problems on my last trip. My crew got sick. I also didn't know much about longitude to know how far east and west I was. So I got completely lost, but we made it back okay. I did find a better way to measure longitude using the moon. The moon and Mars. And I also found out that the New World was not Asia, but a new world.
Oh, where are we? I don't know, but I think the time traveler said something about telling people about our lives. Wait. This is the closest thing I can find to a map. So we live in Portugal. So where are we now? United States. Shush. Then what year is it? Then what year is it?
2013.
Okay, anyways. Hi, my name is Ferdinand Magellan. I was born 1480 in northern Portugal. Nobody knows the exact date I died. Somewhere between 40 and 41, April 27, 1541. I died on my journey to find the Spice Islands. I was in the Philippine Islands where I was attacked by a group of natives and killed by a poison arrow in my foot and a spear through my heart. I was famous for being the first explorer to plan a successful voyage around the world, and I went through a lot of trials along the way. My parents died when I was 10, and at 12 I was sent to live with the priest in the Messenger. It was here that I learned all about famous explorers and how to navigate ships. The first time I set sea was in 1505 when I was 25 years old. I sailed across the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean, south to Brazil, and to the coast of South America. I traveled because I wanted to find spices and a new route to Eastern Asia. I traveled with Francisco de Amelia and 5 other ships, the Santo Inigo, the Victoria, the Conception, the San Antonio, and on the way I commanded the Trinidad. My aims and goals of this exploration was to find a new route to Eastern Asia, but sadly I never found the route I was looking for. My obstacles along the journey was that it was terrible weather, it was cold, lack of food and water, we were running low on important supplies, and most of all, I miscalculated it, so we ended up not even going to Eastern Asia. But my accomplishments were that I was the first explorer to make it from the Pacific to the Atlantic Ocean using a route that's now called the Straits of Magellan. And another accomplishment was that I was the first explorer to almost make it around the whole world. We feel very honored that we almost made it around the whole entire world.
My name is Juan Cabrillo, and this is I was born in 1499. I was born in Fort Cookies. Before I was an explorer, I was the captain of the Aztec in the Spanish War. The money I earned was to pay off my ship. It took 3 years to pay off my ship.
I traveled on the California coast in 1540 and became a legal citizen in Guatemala in 1542. I soon met and married Beatriz Sanchez de Ortiz.
I brought my wife to the town Guatemala, and there was a terrible earthquake that destroyed the whole town of Santiago.
I explored the California coast because the governor of Guatemala sent me to go to the moon.
I was supposed to go to Asia, but ended up on the coast of America.
We did not run into any obstacles on the way.
I was the first European to travel the coast of California, United States, and Oaxaca in Mexico. I died at 45 at the age of